Top stories from around the island. To the point. Without the fluff. Puerto Rico headline news. Please subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell notification. Ricky Martin urged Puerto Ricans Thursday to be attentive to the intention of the Senate to amend the civil code of the island, warning that it can generate a setback for equal rights of the gay community. The draft amendment was approved by the House of Representatives in March of this year and Senate endorsement is expected on November 13, 2019. The measure is authored by the legislator of the ruling New Progressive Party (PNP), Maria Milagros Charbonnier, who intends to repeal the statute in force since 1930 on the Caribbean island. The change to the code also establishes the marriage between two persons without specifying the sex of the parties. Puerto Rican homosexual activist Pedro Julio Serrano described this as a very dangerous intention of the Senate that intends to approve a civil code that discriminates and undermines the rights of women and LGBTQ people, in addition to assigning special privileges to the religious sector. This code is an affront to the most basic civil rights of several sectors and is intended to be approved without a single public hearing by the Senate. It is irresponsible, reckless, said Serrano, spokesman for Puerto Rico for All. Among the innovations recently included in the Civil Code is one that categorizes pets as living beings, and guidelines are available to establish who would assume parental rights in the event of a divorce. We will place domestic animals in the category of a living being. This is important because pets are no longer a thing or a piece of property. If you have a pet, you have to treat it well. A domestic and emotional relationship is developed with a pet and it must be treated as a living being, not like a piece of furniture, as the previous Civil Code on Animal Protection has designated them, Maria Milagros Charbonnier explained. In addition, there is a clause to make residents of Puerto Rico rightful owners of the sun, water, and wind that is collected on the premises of their homes. It will also establish measures and guidelines for citizens to defend themselves from the government in cases where the government may want to control, limit, or prohibit the use of such natural resources available on your property. Charbonnier did not explain whether this proposal would stop the Puerto Rico government from imposing a sun tax, as this has already been proposed in the past. She said it would allow a person to stop relying on the government for potable water and electric power services. As for marriage, Charbonnier explained why it was not clearly established that same-sex couples were allowed to marry. The code does not deal with sexual matters. Yes, there is the matter of marriage. Marriage was defined so that homosexuals and LGBT groups can marry because we cannot go against the case of the Supreme Court of the United States and we do not intend to do so either. A general definition was made where everyone fits. If people don't like how it was done, because they want to specify the type of partner, I am against that. Why? Not for religious reasons, but because that is a general legislative piece. And when we define marriage between two people. You are a person and I am a person regardless of the sex they have. That is not what we put in the code, but it covers all the vastness of marital relationships that may exist within the law, she said. It was also noted that adults cannot marry minors. Another controversial issue is surrogacy. Charbonnier explained that the code does not allow for the financial trade of the human body. The Civil Code will not allow it. It does allow surrogacy and organ donation. There is an open possibility of making a special law where there may be a hiring process related to a surrogate mother that will be allowed and regulated, not in terms of a sale, per se. Those types of contracts will be allowed to be made between parties. The revelation of these changes is given just days before the legislature intends to approve the new Civil Code, although it has received oppositions from liberal sectors and members of the LGBTQ+ community. In fact, one of the main opponents is singer Ricky Martin, who alludes to the proposal as limiting human rights. Thanks for watching. Please support this channel by subscribing, liking, and sharing our content. We look forward to providing a live, English-based newscast in the near future for Puerto Rico headline news.